Okay, this is our practice video 3, and it's the little flow we did in class today. So we'll start at the top of your mat, press down through your feet, glide your pubic bone so it sits more between your ankle bones, fingertips to the earth, crown of the head to the sky. Turn your palms up to the sky, and your next inhale brings your arms up, and your exhale softens you down. Knees, hips, spine, and head. Inhaling, straightening-ish the legs halfway up. Lift your sit bones, find that deep core. Maybe pause here for that candle's breath. So we'll inhale, exhale, blowing out the candles. Long, slow, steady, patient exhale, like you're drawing your two frontal hip bones together. And then when you are ready to inhale, just fill the ribs again. Oh, and then exhale, soften down. My cat is playing with the microphone. Oh, stop it, Keeks, come on. Send your knees back and glide your hips back behind you. Take a few of those little spinal rolls where you kind of move your hips forward and back, arcing your spine how you like. Maybe your hip drives more towards one heel or the other. Maybe when you come forward, you drop down a little bit if it feels good to stretch upward dog style. And then just take a few of those rolls and swishes. All right, then we're going to grab the blocks if you like them. You don't have to use them, but I do like them. And we're going to lean over onto your left elbow. Right hand is supporting, so your body's in this little tilt here. And we're going to bring the right knee up in a kind of fire hydrant here. Then you're going to turn so your heel is donkey kicking up to the sky. And now you're going to dive your right knee down to kind of kiss your left knee. And then turn your right knee up and out. So you're leading the knee back up. And then the rest of your foot follows, turns. Yep. And then glide the knee up. So this whole swishy weaving movement is being led by the knee. If you want to get a little extra down at the bottom, when you reach, when the knees touch, kind of give them a little squeeze together. Find that inner line of your thigh lighting up. And swish it up and down. Then we'll glide the leg out to the right, land your right foot down. I'm going to come up on my blocks here and tuck my left toes, get that little extra bottom of the foot stretch. And just take a few glides here. So again, you want to try to keep your sit bones lifted here. We're not curling the spine back underneath us like that. Letting the sit bones lift and flare open, gliding forward and back. Maybe pause in that backward spot for just a moment. And then you'll glide back so your hips are over your knees. Then we'll press into the left knee and lift your right hip up. And then kind of let your left hip glide down and your right hip glide down. So when your right hip is down, you'll gently kind of push your inner right thigh to the floor. And then press into the left knee, lift the hip, and let the hip drop. So this is the one where we have it's like we're pretending our sit bones are on the wall. And your pelvis is going to twist a little bit, but we're trying not to get it really twisty. We're trying to keep it as though your two sit bones couldn't lift up off the wall. And take a few of those. Maybe you want to act as though you're moving through marshmallow. And then we'll kind of send ourselves back up, roll back up so you're standing on one knee. And turn your right foot so your toes are pointed out to the right. And we're going to glide the right knee over your toes. Push into your foot and glide back. So now if you want to, you can add that push-pull. So you're pulling with the heel and pushing away. So you pull with the foot and push away with the foot. So I'm going to just do one more. Maybe you can always pause and like really relish that stretch, push your foot into the floor. Now we're just going to toe heel until you're at a slightly different angle, a little bit more forward. And then you'll do the same thing, glide out and push to come back. If you want to add your arms, you'll reach your left arm up and over and back. So remember, this part was kind of challenging because you had to mind a lot of pieces. And that's the kind of that you keep driving from your foot even while you're allowing your spine and arms to sway. And let's find ourselves back in our center, land the hands, and then we'll glide the right foot back, land on your toes, straighten out your hips so that your right hip and left hip are equally distant from the floor, and press out firmly and gently through your right heel. Press into your hands, and we'll practice the candle's breath here. So you're going to inhale here, and then exhale long and slow, birthday cake between your hands, feeling those two frontal hip bones like they could pull together with the elastic band. And then when it's time to inhale, just inhale into the ribs. We'll do one more of those, and as if lifting the right foot. So the sequence is this: you're inhaling softly into the ribs. You begin to exhale. When you begin to feel the engagement, that's when you pretend you're lifting your right foot off the ground, but you're stuck in mud, so it's not coming up. But you have to engage deep, deep into your core to keep everything stable and try to lift that leg. Ooh, feeling that? Beautiful. Let's bring that knee back in. Let's send the hips back up and back, downward facing dog. You can land, bring your left foot in to the center just a smidge more and lift your right leg up to the sky. Bend your knee and take that little weaving that we did while we were on the ground if you want to. You can come up back down to your hands and knees if you want to. But you'll dive your right knee in towards your left, swish it up and open, and dive it down. Swish it up and open. If you want to get kind of juicy with this one, there's benefits to trying to keep your hips stable and to like just letting yourself kind of swish around with this. So if it feels good to do that, I invite you to do that. And then we'll land the leg down on the ground, bring the knees back down. We'll bring the left foot forward into a low lunge this time. So remember, you can stay on the floor for this one, but we're going to curl the pubic bone up to your nose. Get that nice length here in the front of the thigh. And then using your blocks or not, I'm going to kind of press into that left front heel and straighten out your leg. So you're reaching your heel back. You're going to curl your pelvis, your left sit bone underneath your body, and use that roll up to come up to standing in your lunge. So then you're going to bend your back right knee. Again, curl your pubic bone up to your nose. Get that length, and you can do this on the floor, remember. Then you're going to reach your right arm up to the sky and arc side bend over to your left. Keep that pubic bone curling up to your nose here. Breathing into your right ribs, letting them stretch open. And then let your next exhale, if you want it, bring your left fingertips down to your back of your right thigh and kind of roll into a little bit of a twist so your chest is looking down more at your left knee. And then we'll sweep up and roll back up to stand here. You can kind of shake it out. You can take a quick little walk in a circle. If that feels good, you can pause the video and walk longer if you want to feel a difference. Otherwise, we're going to go right to the other side. So let's inhale up overhead. And exhale, just soften down. Let everything just be soft and drippy. Inhale halfway up. And exhale, find that way back down to the ground. And bring your blocks. I'm going to switch around since I'm next to my couch. I can't stick my leg out. So, yeah. So we're down on the right. Sorry, I was doing that thing to myself again. You're down on your right hand, right elbow rather, and your left hand is on the other block. You're leaning more onto your right side and you're hydranting up your left leg. So your body is in like a nice angle here, but you're still trying to keep the kind of ribs and the hips in one line. And you're going to lift it up and then dive the knee down and then sweep the knee up. It's like you're just kind of drawing this little like infinity sign, figure eight. You may notice that like one side is easier to be smoother and more kind of fluid, and the other side feels a little like clunkier and stickier. Um, that's pretty normal. The other thing, like especially with this quality of smoothness that's really fun to practice, you can do these just kind of standing up, like put your hands on a chair and kind of do them while you're standing in the kitchen or something. All right, so let's do one more weave. Remember, if you wanted to, you could always like press your knee into like the, maybe not your knee bone, but like your thigh there. Feel that inner line of your left thigh light up. And then we'll bring the leg out to the left and take your little glide forward and back. I like to tuck my toes here. Just get that little bonus bottom of the foot stretch. Does everyone notice my cat up there? That's Kiki. She's the queen. And you just go forward and back. Oh, did feel good to tuck my pelvis there at the end of it. I kind of want to sort of keep my pelvis like lifted here, like the sit bone's lifted, but I don't know. Once you know what you're doing, you can break the rules. Like just be aware, like, oh, now I'm curling my pelvis. Now I'm lifting it. That's all. All right. So now you're going to land hands and knees with your legs still out. And then we'll press into the right knee and lift that left hip up, like glide it right up and then swish it back down. Left inner thigh presses to the floor. Maybe give an extra little push if you want that length and strength. Glide up and swish down and glide up and swish down. Follow your rhythm here. Oof. This side feels just totally different sometimes. All right. So then you can kind of send yourself back, roll up to stand on that knee, draw your left heel in a little bit more towards your body, and we'll take our glide. So we're gliding out and we're pushing back. So remember, you don't have to do the push-pull here. You can just glide. But that foot connection can be really important to your stability, your balance, your body awareness, all the good things. So kind of when you're here, you can then push like you're trying to push your foot away, and then pull your heel to your body, and then push it away. I love that engagement that I can feel. I can really feel what's working here. And then you can kind of toe heel, find a slightly different angle, and do the same thing. Remembering here, and with the other one too, you can, whichever direction, you can add that reach with the right arm, and then reach away with the left. Just still try to keep that foot connection. And it doesn't have to be fierce, it just has to be present. And if you need to kind of toggle back and forth between noticing your arms and noticing your feet, that's fine. Pretty soon you won't have to toggle. You'll just be able to kind of keep switching your attention to pay attention to both. All right, let's take last one here. Oh, we're going to make that count. I'm like pressing like I want to come up out of this, but I'm not. Wee, that's fierce. All right, we're going to land the hands back on the blocks. Send that left leg straight behind you. Straighten out your hips so your left and right hips are equally distant from the floor. Get nice and strong in your arms. Press them into the blocks. And let's do 2 candles breath. So we're going to inhale and then exhale. Long and slow exhale. Take your time. Take your time. Blow out the candles between your hands. 100 candles on a birthday cake. 2 frontal hip bones draw together. Maybe you're finding your deep core. When it's time for your inhale to come, just let it move into the ribs and soften. We'll take one more. And remembering our sequence is exhale, engage, then lift. Blow before you go. So start the exhale whenever you're ready. Don't have to be with me. As you begin the candles exhale and you start to feel that engagement in the lower core, then you as if lift your left heel off the ground, your left foot. So you're engaging everything as though you are lifting it, but you just can't. It's stuck. Oh my God, I can really feel that. That's hard work. And then inhale, just relaxes everything. Send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, let's do that little knee dive up here. So you bring your knee up, reach the knee. Oh, big stretch if it feels good. And then just dive your left knee towards your right. Scoop it around and dive it back up. So this whole movement is being led with the knee. It's like left knee has the flashlight, and they are leading the way. And remembering you can try to keep your hips more stable. and just find your thigh bone moving in them. Or if it feels good, like maybe soften your right knee and kind of dip and let your hips swish around. That actually feels really nice for my back. So if it feels good for yours, I invite you to do that. And then we'll land our feet, land our knees, bring the right foot forward, find your low lunge. And remember, you can stay here. You don't have to come up. We're going to tuck, tuck, tuck the pubic bone here so we get that nice length here. Like that. And just feel that. And then using your blocks or not, you're going to tuck your back toes, lengthen out here, press deep into your right heel, and then start to curl your right sit bone, curl your pelvis down towards the ground, and use that to roll yourself up to standing. Ground into that right heel, bend your back left knee, pubic bone curls up like it wants to meet your nose. Remembering you can stay here. If you want a little more load on those tissues, you'll go a little lower. And then we'll take a little side bend. So lift your left arm up to the sky and exhale over to the side. You can always then take your right fingertips onto your left thigh and reach into like a twist here. Keep curling your pubic bone. Keep pressing your right heel. All these little parts to mind. Just ignore me if it's too much. Just choose one. You'll build at your pace. It's okay. It doesn't matter how fast or slow. All right. Oh, and then let's sweep up and out of that. Come forward. Let's end with one half sun salute. So you'll just inhale overhead. Oh, exhale down. Oh, that was a good breath. Find your inhale halfway up, and let's just pause here for a full breath cycle. Let's really find that super stable, strong line from all the way from your feet up the back of your legs. Sit bones are lifted. Maybe even do a little candles breath here to find your deep core. So your core is supporting everything kind of on top of it right now, all those organs and bones of your upper body. And then let's find with your next exhale, just sink and soften down to the earth. I'm going to inhale here into the back of my body. And then I'm going to let my exhale just drop my tailbone to the ground. Pubic bone's going up. And land. A little shake out. And that's our practice for today. Thank you.